So we ain't got the money. We started and we got these two kids.
Britain drew the borders and caused this entire dispute over the island. That's why we visited it. It's a rocky island.
How we doing, buddy?
Doing great.
Doing good? I'm doing great, thank you. How's it going, Dallas?
What's up?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
Love the glasses, bro.
Thank you so much. I'm counting on other than, air and fire, what element would you personally
take? Welcome back to the Max Tribune Sports for another edition where we talk about football across the world and obviously across the nation.
Thank you, Dopeii.
I'm the assistant.
Dopeii fits that position, though.
All right, thank you guys. It's the Max Tribune Sports, the Sierra Leone Sports Show. Also, I will bring you the latest sporting information about sporting related news across Sierra Leone and the world at large. And inside today Leone show, we get plenty things for discuss. As people will not ask questions, but the stadium in rehabilitation one, where plenty people will think say it don't clock 2 years as them being informed we inside 2022 say or 2021 say this stadium go get for last for during the rehabilitation, but the PRO for the stadium management, where they serve as the site supervisor, we don't clear the ear until we say, well, that's not the misinformation. The actual period for the construction of the stadium na 2 year 10 months where it been get for explain. We go bring that interview back inside the show for people who not being get chance for watch them as in our page. We go bring and come and analyze them and look at some of the things they will say about the sitting accommodation, the other thing they will get for involved in terms of facilities that will go there in the stadium. And we also go look at the Leone Rock Premier League as teams them still they play for get a better spot inside the league itself. We go look at that as we get with local experts. When our Petros, the man on Babi, I look handsome very much. And we will also look at the International Women's Day Tournament where KFC they organize. We see teams they get for participate. We will get some we will throw light into that as well. And now that go benefit to Gazem, as we also know say the Female Premier League still they go on. And other news them as well, including the COFA Inter-Area League, Usai we see Couton Road don't make their way to the finals, then they wait for Kisi or Central. So it's actually going to be either Kisi or Central to the finals as they will play Couton Road. Already the KTR guys, they don't qualify. We will listen from the coach again and see what it gets for say. Me and Magdalene will bring the show to you. We also going to bring you some international news, especially football, looking at the Premier League, FA Cup, and Champions League. We will bring you more information. And they with me, expert co-host them. And I will start with Dopeii. Dopeii, welcome to the show again.
Thank you. The reason why we're today, I mean, East Salone for I don't break from Chelsea, so full moving forward, East Lion to next year. Well, thank you very much. I'm very excited to be back. I was sad that I missed last week due to unforeseen circumstances, but that's life. So thank you very much, Maggie, and welcome everyone.
All right, thank you, Dopeii. And I'll turn the mic now to Mr. Emmanuel Gboyah, the tennis #1, table tennis champion. Welcome to the show.
And thank you, Magdalene, for having me. It's always a pleasure to be part of this show. And to the viewers out there and co-hosts, I always say, Ona Kushe, Ona Kabo, Ona Adu.
All right. Okay, Petros Katta, the man where always they give you the local information and we're always active on the page. Welcome to the show. Petros, you mic there.
Yeah, welcome Magdalene. Thank you very much for having me. Welcome to viewers. Welcome to our co-host Emmanuel and Dopeii. I really, it's a privilege for me to be part of this edition and give out the information about the local sports way they have been presenting in the country. I mean, I'm very, very welcome. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks guys, and we move on with the show. And we want to say hi to the one who watch me on YouTube and YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok as well as they bring you the show this morning at Salone and evening inside Australia, Sydney. They move on. So let's just start with Petros. Petros, give me a roundup of the top local sport news them in Sierra Leone where they trend this week. What's now the latest?
Yeah, the top news we not a local sports news where it can present the country. We get the one way they deal with the Leone Rock Premier League, where each and every teams, most of them don't play the 1-1 games. Them we match up to the 17 matches for the first phase of the league. As we see the old Edwardians Football Club, we have always put in first. We in a team, the schoolboys, we get the victory over the side known as the Diamond Star. We in fact we use one school bubble all the way from SS2 at for they win that particular match. We don't say so all they don't do is don't stoop themselves down to the school level, They get for each point in time where we're not going for the buy players expensively, Therefore, they recruit some of these boys as they don't already embark on the school team. For Southwest, they will recruit and promote players then from the juniors and to the senior. So I think say the one way they deal with Coach Jerome Luseni don't immensely for Southwest, them boys promote and go spot out their talent. As we all see the sisters of Mighty Blackpool Football Club, we play against the side known as the Bantam Football Club. Missing out 5 players from the Bantam Football Club coming back all the way from national duty under 20, playing against the side known as the Mighty Blackpool Football Club. This kind of performance, I think, say Bantam Football Club, they really did up to expectation for Southwest. They will go far to this particular encounter. In that particular match, we did nil-nil in favor with the both sides. So that don't say Mighty Blackpool still there on the bottom and the league table. Coming to the second phase, we don't know what we will see for them, but for you see all big Mighty Blackpool in that kind of position, it's a really, really big something, a really big question mark for the management, the teams, and the players as well. And East Lions Football Club already play their matches and they're still in a good position in the first phase. Coming to the second phase, I mean, we don't know what to expect for them, but I feel say with all the players, all the workouts we they do. And one thing, good thing we I feel say East Lions don't do presently with the Ghanaian coach that are taking the boys out from the field and to the beach session. We see a picture here we go viral where the boys them go on a beach. For South Bay will get another workout session. The first time we the Ghanaian be jetting to this Leone Football Club, they see the players them lazy. So what can you do is that for it's still so many pace in them. So now that's what we see so far. For see team can go them players in a beach for do a workout session. It hardly for this and Salone. Salone, most of the coaches that we they see so far now for the dead ball, then play, they run and all. So bringing this kind of coach to Leone Football Club, I feel like a massive development for the team, for the management, and for the individual players them as well. Because most of these players, one day they might call them to represent Sierra Leone to the national duty. So you see, and so tomorrow we will see the first and second team now the league table will play themselves. We will see the defending champion Bollinger Football Club will work on Bantam Football Club tomorrow at the South Arena. As things stands now, the league table stands where most of the teams that don't play their 17 matches. Why tomorrow we'll see Bollinger Football Club will play their one remaining matches against the Bantam Football Club. So I will stop here as I don't go a good rundown for the Leone Rock Premier League coming last week and this week as we will see Bantam Football Club go play the defending champion Bollinger Football Club tomorrow at the Southern Arena and playing field.
Okay, as we don't start with the Leone Premier League, let's just continue there. Looking at the league table, and from what Petros don't say, Dopeii, waiting I take, he mentioned something we talk about Lions, them performance before they get the Ghanaian coach and now they don't improve, and he talk about Edwards, and also we see the defending champions still hold on tight to the top of the table. Although teams then they get a push at them back, but the likes of Mighty Blackpool really they get a tough season. What's it I take as a fan and a supporter as well of the club where they support Lions?
Yeah, look, Maggie, to be honest, I appreciate I think the coach just in the carpet with the talk that environment, sometimes changing the environment can play a big part. I think taking the guys out now for a beach session, that might stimulate something in the mental load for me to, improve more. And if you look at it now, we're about 5 points difference from the top team in our ball ranger. So we're not too far again from that top four. Think about it, the start of the season where we did like I think 16 or whatever, 15 with it. And then the coach on Kai side, they don't bring very experienced player there. We had injuries and then we bought more players. So I think as the second half of the season we get for comment, we get for being in a better position stylistically moving forward in terms of the squad. I think the squad is looking stronger. So we'll see in terms of the football we'll go for produce. I think for me the most important thing is the coach finding your own formation and your own starting 11, because all the great coaches in the world, if you not get your best 11, you can't win a game. You know what I mean? So I think that's gonna be his struggle, or maybe where his problems are gonna lie, just for finding best 11 for represent the great Eastern Lions. And besides that, Bell Rangers, they've been playing really well. Look, defending champions. But I feel like this year there's been a crack in their defense in terms of defending the title. The teams like that are being promoted are very much on their tail, and then the likes of other teams like Salone, obviously, and they're very much on their tail as well to get into that top sport and be called the Sierra Leone Premier League champion. So Bo Rangers, obviously, with the new coach Kista coming in, different formation, is more of a defensive mindset coach. So, and the previous coach was more of an offensive mindset coach. So I think they're having a little bit of a miscommunication, from my knowledge or my preference. They went into the league undefeated last year. This year they've lost, I don't know if it's one game or two games. So teams they don't look as invisible as they did last year. So teams are not say beatable. So I think that's what's coming on. And obviously the league, there's too many more games to come. They get Boku game left for play. And and all Edwardians, they have my heart. Edwardians, they have my heart, man. I go watch them play. It's a very good, it's like now schoolboys, when they talk now, schoolboys, that you cannot. I don't think say go in a Salone or you like Salone Premier League. All everybody has not taught you. I think it's just the football club. It means so much to the community. Not even about the players. It's the community, the way the people show love, the kids. The people that grew up in the neighborhood, the people that went to the school. So it's like from that turning into something like this, amazing to see the growth that everyone has have, and to have all these players that play in the team, the likes of Kwame Q coming in and contributing for the season. What he did for them was tremendous. It was incredible to see him, a talent like that play into the Rock Premier League and fitting into their system. It was beautiful for that. So I think the Premier League, the second half is going to be very interesting to see who's going to be in the top four. I think it's a team that already, and obviously team that don't sign a lot of player there for Vegas out, because as we know, the main issue as well is the pitch, which we're working on. So the injuries do come very fast. So yeah.
All right. Okay. That's Emmanuel. We look at the Premier League itself and looking at the table, looking at how the teams are playing. I think we approach the end now of the first rounds, and teams them already some players are making move to other clubs. Whilst other clubs they look at other players them where they want for bringing. So what thing I take about the standing of the current standing of the table, teams them out there, and what we expect for see in the next phase of the league, because like this first round don't come to an end closely.
Yeah, Maggie, thank you for having me again. I think we don't get an interest almost first phase of the Australian Premier League with the Leone Rock Premier League, and we see movement and shakers the way take place at the table. This is a sign that you get for prepare well when you come into your season, and your preseason can always get an effect on how you get to work on your games on your full season. We see the likes of mighty Blackpool, like we know their household names, but we know that their preseason was not that too effective. So now if you watch within their happen, you don't allow the team for sink down. And for me, one key thing the way me pick out when the captain of mighty Blackpool, you see something, is Williams, when he resigned. And for me, it was a big blow because I remember in leadership where he gets to that team this past year, how far he was able to propel and push mighty Blackpool. So for him to just like resign and not pursue another career, I know that creates a big gap within the mighty Blackpool. And we know it's time, then we try for rebuild again. And I can always tell this to people, and football, one key area we had for always get, you see, forget a 4 and 5. That's one of the most difficult pairing in football. If you watch in the European teams, forget a pairable 4 and 5 Magdalene. It's very challenging. Mostly you go do it's like a trial and error. Then or sometimes like we get what in mathematics we call like an exact equation When you go try 0, you go try -1, you go try +3. At the end of the day, the equation equals to 0. So you realize say -1 and +3, then they balance the equation. So I think that's what Blackpool is working at for make they able get, a formidable 4-5. We're able to command and get that team into a better shape. Because football, if you're not scoring, you need to make sure that you don't concede. But if you're conceding and the team not able to score, then you lose on points. And that's one of the key things the coach need for work on. And we see the transformation presently of waiting up with Eastern Lions, Then self start a bit shaking in the league. But I would tell you, say big man a big man. They know time for touch. And when they enter time for touch,
Big man, a big man.
big man a big man. We still enter to time for church and count an expert into the team. Sometimes we can need that foreign vibe for coming. It can able change the surrounding and bring some transformation. 1 or 2 language go the way we bring come, where they change the perspective, the vision of the players there, and you will see that will drive the team go before. I think that's what Eastern Lions. Not to say they have the players, they have the players. It was the vision, that will drive them towards that hunger of winning the league. I think that's what they have in that. And 1 or 2 basic about football they need that foreign coach don't can add into them. And we see the one key team where we for take note into Magdalene Banter. For me, this is the team I'm looking at presently, and much expect onto them. And I sure say this team will give a very interesting second round of the league.
All right. Yes, very interesting one. Bantam get a lots of players the way that young players, and then get quite a number of experienced players them as well. But somebody King Silly they say, my question here is why then change the league name instead of Sierra Leone Premier League to Leone Rock Premier League or Salone? I think King Silly, you already missed that out because something we'll be discussing from last year on the change of the name. I think you get for do with the sponsors, just like way back they sponsor the English Premier League, they will call them the Barclays Premier League. So you get the La Liga Santander, when one of the biggest sponsors that we ever get in La Liga. They run that with the Spanish league. So you get to forget at times it's just like the Carabao Cup. You don't from when we begin watching to now, we don't get like different. We begin watching like Carling Cup, League Cup, and now Carabao Cup. So it's span. You got to do with the sponsors. Waiting the sponsors one. Waiting the question be the question they asked at that time now that whether if waiting Europe put enough for let them get the name right, that not be the question. But in terms of changing the name, it depends to the league board and the sponsors waiting the one for call the name. I know say the name changed the culture a bit because now instead of Sierra Leone Premier League, people can just say Leone Rock Premier League because people not want to use the long name Sierra Leone Rock Premier League. So, but that's it. Somebody they say. Max, Tribune, please try to create a WhatsApp group. Of course, we get a WhatsApp group. We get one. Easter Lions, we coming up stronger than ever before in the second leg in Leone Rock Premier League from Kindo Abubakar. And somebody they say we were able to pay for enter the national stadium when it complete. I think saying I'm going to. Well, I know you asked that question.
My bank account. You're going to pay me. I'm going to make you enter.
Yeah. So if you watch me on Instagram, send your comments. We go read them out, and of course, we don't integrate TikTok into the system. But wherever you watch me from, this is the Max Tribune Sport Salone Sports Show. Also, how they talk sporting related issues every Friday. This particular time, we don't lost Petros. But we go move on with the other news. We get for do with the stadium. We almost say yesterday we've been sharing news, a video where we will post our page, how we interview the current public relation officer for the stadium management, will also double as the site manager for the rehabilitation of the stadium. Remember, say about 2 years ago, or about 1 year, 10 months ago, they announced say that they close the stadium for proper rehabilitation because one FIFA and CAF be don't ban we not for play there, and even the track where athletes they be they run for boxing the sport and championship not being good anymore, and a lot of the equipment and facilities at the stadium be the way out, including the boxing gym, the other team them table tennis gym, and everything. So they be say that they make them a standard stadium because we know it's an Olympic style stadium where we get, but the standard be done they low. So then decide for shutting down after we FIFA been banned them and say well they do them again. So the Chinese people them being get for come on board. Be at that time they announced $40 million rehabilitation process. But a lot of people be ask questions, say 2 years gone already, they don't know what thing they go on. So that we prompt people who ask questions. But let we listen first to let we watch the video, listen, and then we go come and analyze what thing we think.
Solomon K.L. Bumaya, being the public relations officer for the National Stadium Management and double as the site supervisor for GCIGC, the company where they rehabilitate the National Stadium.
Okay, the general public want for know since for the work starts. How far don't they go now?
We don't go extremely well and we don't go far at a faster pace. We don't do at this level. Currently at the decoration stage we do now. Remember, any project where they start, especially construction projects, you get stages. You know, the first stage will be the site preparation. After that complete, we get what we call the formation work, wherein we expand the beams and the old stadium in Asabi, and also make the foundation for the new one where they come at the practice field. And we now approve the boosters, building where everybody below, the presidential lawn, and the swimming pool. And they said and they all would all begin sing. That means we are now like decorating the structures. After that, finish with the work.
Okay, before when they launch this project, let me make mention say like 2 years project, and it don't pass 2 years now.
Again, I want for actually tell the public say a project launching not mean say the implementation don't start. That they tell you say already they don't the people that don't achieve that the government don't achieve or negotiate with the people they wait for fund the specific project. So the day of launching, let me know the counter on that day. Then we begin looking at the day where the work start proper. And that time day, I can tell the people that the 10th of April 2022. So when we look at but the project as a whole, according to the original agreement, whatever miscommunication we don't go on, it go on like I go on, but now 32-month project, meaning now 2 years, 8 months. And I want people in Sierra Leone patient with the construction company or corporation nowadays, and the government also, where they do everything in her power to make sure say the stadium become a quality facility and we will be approved and accredited by the international community, specifically FIFA and WAFA, where now most times we see them popular in the sports arena with specific respect to soccer. So that we country where for the past years, so now be say they don't ban the stadium and enough fit for any international events, including sporting activities. That one day will become a thing of the past.
Okay.
And let we also remember, say, the stadium now an Olympic stadium. That's the main goal. And this Olympic stadium, we actually get for improve on the standards so that it not only go house soccer games, but it will also include athletics, you know, the indoor games there, volleyballs, the basketball, you know, the table tennis, you know, the long tennis, you know, all these sports, they are very vital. Of course, previously we not say we get boxing arena also here.
Okay.
So all that one they get for it in place.
Okay, for me the work start now to now, how long it will take now for get to the finishing point?
Now, as I say, we're not 2 years yet. We work does start proper. And now, if you look to this, at the end of February, we did already. Today, to be specific, that the 28th that they do this interview. So, let's say, by the time we reach the 10th of April, it will not 2 years. So, let's say, few more 10 months time, we will see how
So
best.
already going to pass the middle of the project?
Well,
Or?
we're not already past the middle of the project, that I can assure everybody. We are above 80 to 95% now, because whatever you are seeing is just the finishing point almost we are at now, because this decoration side, now they will get all windows fixed, everything absolutely we're supposed for day by the carcass of the building go there. Then the last stage, we now they not go take you 3 months at the finishing part, where you get painting, you get masticing, and then you get some other touches they do at the various environment.
In a summary, we get any extension of the basketball courts or the sitting accommodation at the Second Stephen Stadium?
With the sitting accommodation, I can be very frank with all. It was not part of the original agreement. But as I speak, there is negotiation with it on now. And by the grace of God, I hope say where His Excellency don't go to China. So it will meet with the counterpart again, where the president of China, Xi Jinping, for me and see how best they will readjust so that this stadium will get the seat. Because if you not get them, according to the WAFA and the FIFA regulations, so that the carries, they say you not go fit for the purpose of for host international matches. So we hope, say, particularly with the blessing where the president they work out with on behalf of Sierra Leone, where it will succeed. And I want to assure the people of Sierra Leone, let we hope and believe, and let we get the faith say we still don't forget it.
Finally, what will be a message to the general populace?
The message to the general public now, from what we believe the process and trust in the activities where they go on during this process, because for rehabilitate is different from building afresh. So it therefore take time, it's time consuming and also resource consuming when you rehabilitate, because it therefore broke and build. And it needs also a time for dengue. They don't know rush them at all. The work where they go on, they at quality, and they assure everybody that by the time they finish, Sierra Leone will be accredited among other countries. Then now Africa we get stadium, because we stadium for be at superb stage. So I want to thank the president very much for the initiative we're taking in the first place for promote youth event, because we know say sports in general are youth event, and youth is some of our population are the highest, almost I would say the percentage is over almost 60% of young people then in Sierra Leone. And also the ministry officials then, you know, the new minister will come, and even the pastor will be done pass, and then the directors. You look at NSA, they said they try their own bit, because now then they coordinate between the Chinese then and the Sierra Leone. In other words, they supervise the program. And also we manage at the NAYA, Mr. Paul Damole and Mr. Afretoka, when I deputy. Then they try a lot for me. They really give encouragement to we the Sierra Leoneans. And I also want to thank we the Sierra Leoneans, especially the labor force with inside here. They don't do so much, and they really, really, really show their expertise, also their commitment to the job, so that this long-awaited good facility where sport needs so badly will come to Sierra Leone at this present moment.
Right, that's now waiting the man himself where they in charge for supervise the site as the project they go. And remember say in the also happen for be the PRO for the stadium management. And now we talk to Max Tribune and end it every day with the Max Tribune team. And we all lost Dopeii, hopefully join me back. But I still get Emmanuel and Petros. Emmanuel, last start with you. Going by waiting Solomon say, looking at the venue itself, the time frame, waiting now you take, waiting you want to say about what's now your assessment about the current planning of the the national stadium, and you think say the people where they do the rehabilitation don't fail in terms of the time management, or they're still within the time frame as said by Solomon?
Yeah, Maggie. And first and foremost, rehabilitation is not an easy task in terms of construction. And like we be in Kaubaya, we go direct at that department is small, and we were able to understand the technicality ways surround the word and rehabilitation. Because when you dey do some rehabilitation work on a particular structure, there are some historical features that you need for protect. You no get for lost them features, and even if you dey do some alterations or doing some addition, you still get some historical features of that particular structure wey need for be saved, wey need for be protected. That when people can then see am, it dey still bring kind that memory. So that is what, if you observe, that is what they're trying to say about our national stadium. They're doing the rehabilitation. So it means that there are some certain features where they need for preserve, that when people come back, they will still get that memory that this is our stadium. So for me, the time frame, not to a disappointment, because you get to take into consideration there are times the safety measures of a particular country. You get countries that wouldn't get stringent rules in terms of safety. So you got to do this particular phase of the war, then the safety officers they kind of make an assessment. They realize that, oh, there's a fall shot in this particular area. So what they do, they drop on a bag and say, oh, I need for you to do this work. And that time lost, you give it for recover and back again. So the people are requesting for like 2 years, 8 months, and they've just done something like 2 years now. So they still have something like 8 months more to go. And construction, Magdalene, safety is the key. Because we not go only we brothers then go, we families then go inside that stadium tomorrow. Who knows what else go up, we go be sad to the nation. So if I make we get a guaranteed work when we know say tomorrow when inspectors they come for can audit or watch with stadium, WAFA go accept am, FIFA go accept am. And we for take into consideration that this na Olympic stadium where we get. There are other associations the way they use them. They make mention of like table tennis, and we make mention of boxing, make mention of judo, So waiting that happen, these, if you want the state of the art designs and how towards them, then spot their changes. So when you do rehabilitation, remember that you get for change the equipment, bring in new equipment, the floor, everything, get for the lighting system, everything. So they really get a lot of work for do. And take into consideration, Magdalene, we country we get with their experience rainy season for 6 months. So if you get country with the experience rainy season for 6 months, then definitely that they get for defer the time frame mostly where engineers they can focus. So then we give them the next 8 months we don't left and see which will be the outcome. Then we will begin to justify them that, oh no, this they don't overlap in time or not. And mostly at the times construction they can extend, they can request for maybe 3 or 6 months extra in order for me to get a perfect finishing phase of the work.
Yeah. All right. Now come to Petros before I bring in Dopeii in this. Petros, I want to go do the interview, and you happen for go inside the site and interview Solomon. So waiting you observe how you see the work and how the workman and done they take this, and waiting at their own evaluation about the project so far.
So what's my observation? waiting I don't see so far presently at the ongoing rehabilitation of the stadium. Now that there is a lot of work needs to be done as the PRO don't name and stately say this not to a new building na rehabilitate, so it just get for take a time. For spend huge amount of money for rehabilitate some kind Olympic stadium here. If I live self as a citizens of the country, come one day where everything don't finish, everything come to conclusion. And we know say yes, this money where they use for rehabilitate this stadium, a what time? Not only we come, we then watch the project there at the end of it all. Waiting we want to see, we not see and we can get another issue with CAF and FIFA relegations as well. And where we dey talk about this wonderful stadium here, people always can see as the main ball itself, the stadium itself. And mind you, the stadium get a lot of sporting discipline them way. I mean, they can do sort of activities them like for the swimming. Swimming back they want to do to renovations as well. So that's all they for doing with the time. If in the one game stadium itself, yeah, I would say that's 1 hour or 1 year or 1 year 6 months it's finished. But they therefore deal with the swimming pool, coming back to the hostel, to the basketball courts, to the tennis courts, and a lot of the boxings as well, a lot of sporting discipline and the way the own sporting association that is wonderful Olympic Stadium. So you see all of these things. And one thing we have to say Mr. Abumaya have mentioned that's the sitting accommodation. The sitting accommodation, according to Mr. Abumaya, no be the part of the project. But then just one give a sitting accommodation for at least the project look so good. In other words, that they get for count a rubber seat where they will put each and every stand for will left for the Sudan and ordinary cement grounds in there. And another thing we have to say mentioned that the disabled people first time we they go watch game last year, don't want to see the disabled people when they dey around the track at the perimeter first. So you say that go next to but this time around, waiting the Chinese government 30 feet for do that's they therefore put aside a seat aside for the disabled people for they at least they sit down. Maybe they go there comfortable, maybe they watch the particular watch or events or any other events we get for take place now the stadium. And for the press men's as well, they don't forget a good accommodation sitting sites for them as well for covering the match as well. So all this get for limited time. Get for done once one time to the stipulated time where they give. Now we get for behind them as me brother Emmanuel mentioned. We are soon we will approach to the rainy season. We're in 6 months. We have to say get for it the time as well. So now we there for patients. We will also say yes, a very, very difficult for it. We see you start the play, then we will host a match now, another country where I feel say yes, good and proper for we as well. We also wait happen now Liberia we will play against Egypt, we will play against Nigeria and Liberia. We'll see how important the 12 men way like the fans then be at that particular area. We also see if we then particular encounter that way I mentioned so if we the national stadium if we play it will be a massive victory for me. But we still on rehabilitation. I just want to encourage Leoneans them for at least the patients getting the stipulated time away then put for self-based back. We'll see, the good team of which them people are to do for we. And to the citizens of the country that we don't try immensely for Southwest this will go faster. I want to give big kudos to them because when you go through the sites of the stadium, you see now a lot of Sierra Leoneans them now they do the work. And this time around, now ancient work they do so, back in the days with the CC stadium the way they pay developed country there like bolts and nuts, like a couple of, for we see this time around Sierra Leoneans then they work tirelessly for Southwest this team come into effective action. As we say them back, they play a very, very great role. So let me give them.
Petros, confirm this area for you. You made mention that the one them way they do the groundwork, most of them, or if not all, but majority are Sierra Leoneans. Are they working with the Chinese, or the Chinese are just doing supervised role, whereas the Sierra Leoneans are they do the groundwork, the labor itself?
Yeah, I would say they mix with the Chinese. Where you go, they see too much Chinese. As the Chinese them back, they also divide themselves. As I said earlier on, the rehabilitation not the deal with the ordinary stadium. We get a lot of sites them where you have to see them back there and backward, like the hostel, like the swimming pool and all. For that particular site, we see I see a lot of Sierra Leoneans and Tutsi Chinese backing up for self-based that will make a dam side outside the generator and electricity facility, but they for self-based the student will get electricity and 24 hours. So we see a lot of Sierra Leoneans them, and you see, say back there is a truck where I'm loaded with cement where Sierra Leoneans them they come for offload them. So all these things where people are the doing at the country, I feel say like a massive one, if not 50 or 60%, but 65% of the people in way they work presently in the national stadium that Sierra Leoneans them we don't try immediately for some best these projects come into effectively.
All right. Dopeii, that's on the mic now to you. Waiting now you take about the process and you think say you don't delay because a lot of people think rehabilitation should be done in a faster pace. Unlike when they start from the groundwork. But Petros mentioned one point where he say this not only the current, the new style stadium they now it's more about bolts and not with the paddle stuff and all. This stadium that the ancient type where they use the cement and concrete style. The new stadium, majority of the new stadium they already they can even you how they can say on couple level. I don't know how they
They
can call
lose
them,
some,
but
they lose some, yeah.
they lose some in a very quick
This one's faster.
way, yeah, faster. Unlike concrete, if you not broke everything, put and down, it go still in a place. So waiting are you take and how best you think say them for work so that we still able for use the stadium in a very short time.
Yeah, this is
All
easier.
of quickly.
No, I just had to sort out the internet issue. Yeah,
All
to
right,
me, so Maggie, yeah, now they hear me.
yeah, will you get
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, for somebody that's still, one of the country's athletes, I think say I gotta be, patient, wait and get everything done. Yes, it's taking a little bit of time, but then again, like I wanna talk about that ancient stadium, the way they be built, so everything is concrete. So it's gonna take a lot more time than building a more of the new stadium that when most of the material that they use different, and you can get it done within the next year and a half, tops 3 years. That stadium that don't be like in the, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, early or late 90s or 80s. So it was all basically manual labor. So manual labor compared to modern day 2024 is a different concept on how it's gonna work. I think like also the project they wanted to implement in terms of making facilities for all these different sports, athletics, football, volleyball, basketball, boxing, table tennis, swimming. There's a lot of different sports that the country wanna implement and want to get a facility. Then I think it's high time we get a facility for all these different sports there. So that neighbor get for take time for associate each sport and make sure them being according to the world standard level, because we want to be also be used as an international standard not only for football but also for every other sport. For example, if Salone get a high level stadium day, we can be potential to host an African game because we have the facility. We can have international football games because we have the facility. We can host a tennis because we have the facility. We can host basketball because we have the facility. So the patience is what we need for be patient. I know say they don't disappoint we more than once, but I think this time, I think this time let's just give them the benefit of the doubt because we want a top class facility. I think we deserve a top class facility where with all these different sports and all these guys that are living at the country there to showcase their talents and also a facility for me to train so they can go compete, na international and meet there. We're not going to be in. We go already get a standard of training now we home country. So we'll go represent the country. We won't be behind. We'll go be there at the level of the rest of the world. So all that takes time to put it into that international level. I think another maybe by the end of this year, middle of next year, I think it should be done. But if they put her into 2026, then obviously then the questions need to be answered. But I think we should just give them to maybe middle of next year. So then go, make facility for all these various sports the way that all say they get for put in place.
All right. Okay. I think say we don't dey look into the matter itself. Well, let we look now at what we they expect for see at the end. I'll start with you, Emmanuel. I see now you know I'm a stadium boy. Like what we mean, back then we spend a lot of time around. Some of we be they gonna stadium like where game day then a comment give the comments people the leak. The comments people so they be making the leak. So that be the make sense. They give the pleasure for. So what do you expect in terms of modern day stadium there where we see at the back of the every day? What do you expect for see at the end of this 2 years, 8 months, whatever?
Yeah, and Magdalene, first and foremost, we always don't get challenges in terms of capacity of the stadium. And one thing where they depreciate stadium is about capacity. They go tell we say we national stadium that is meant for 35,000 people. But watch when they start the play. That stadium can take over 50 something thousand people.
Is it people that they claim up that light all? Yeah, I
The
was
light.
2008, South Africa, Sierra Leone. A lot
Yes,
of people claim up the light, the
the light.
floodlight, light around the stadium. It'll be very dangerous for see.
Yeah. So for me, if we are talking about rehabilitation, Magdalene, it don't say since so within other country they we always on the try say we need for make we national stadium get a seat. The last time wetin dem been do, I remember when Comium came in and sponsor. Wetin dem do? Dem write seats there, numbers dem on the concrete. That was what they did. But tell me, Magdalene, who that go can follow number when I write you write am? Wey person can go just say me bo some push for me bo. So at the end of the day, it didn't work. We were still overloading the stadium. And it just start like Motokawa you build, Magdalene. Building of a mat, every structure has its stress and strain. That's the actual word. There's a stress and strain. So that means even motorcar, if you observe, it gets in capacity. They will take the number of passenger we for take, the load. And as soon as you begin exceed them loads and the waiting, you just see it is thing that somebody go down. And by so waiting, you the wear and tear the vehicle. Likewise to them buildings that we see to. Then make when they build and they give them the capacity. When you they exceed and they get number and the station at TC for reach. As soon as you begin exceed that, in time what you would think say the damage is but it's killing the stadium slowly, gradually. And more especially like when we can score goal. When people in the chomp, Magdalene, I remember then this is what we be there on that. That the stadium the shake. They get the sun because why? We don't overload them. At the end of the day, if you observe when the rain they come, the stadium begin get some cracks because it don't go through stress and strain and it begin leak.
Lots of cracks right around the venue.
Yeah, you see. So for me, I think that one key area where they're supposed to take into consideration, Magdalene. We want we national stadium first and foremost for be seated. Then another key thing we may not be see, we not be ever get a festive room.
They're going to stretch it.
Yeah, no, I ever remember.
You get crossband, they can pack now the field, corner side.
Yeah.
And that not for happen, you forget a festive room.
Festive room. Yeah. So I start to be, but for me, years when me spend at the stadium, I never see a festive. I mean, just to see offices. I never see a festive room.
I never see such.
Yeah, and, so I think
that's something we need. And I want for emphasize on the area of sitting. The sitting accommodation very much. It help for tailor the amount of tickets for show that they sell. It don't matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many people have watched the game? Before they ask a very salient question, say the stadium going to have a seat. Well, according to the PRO, it say that not be a part of the arrangement, but the president of the country now, President Leone China, and our message them give, I'm sorry, they care and go to the China president for see how best they will include that in the deal. Remember, I said this stadium years ago, Now the Chinese people have been built up for the NTV. It's not done by any government. It was done by the Chinese people. After we heroes them, rest in peace, and Venezuela, rest in peace, the Kamad Doumbouya, Omodin Sise. Now they will go play friendly match in China. After that, then put a proposal to the Chinese government, say they will let them build stadium because we play Reki. They call it place.
Yes.
So that was it was history. When it comes to stadium, not to any particular government bill. So now that makes China still get connection to this stadium. When it comes to rehabilitation, they just then the government provide the funds, they can do it. So if the president goes, so me go glad if let's succeed, forget that done. Because we see how the boat stadium back, they tell whether they launch or whether they open and go, where the Chinese people let me tell the sitting government by then say they don't do 4,000 seater. They need for do 16,000 land for let me 20,000 seater. So they need for arrange back with the government. If they arrange and everything approved, then they can do the work 30 days. That stadium should have been the second best. But look at it now. You know, now we will not get choice to play it. But if we not get seats, it will cause a lot of risk.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of managing matches, especially when it comes to football. Because imagine, say, the stadium capacity now 40,000 or 35. Then you release up to 40,000 because we're gonna have it so we go choke, we go catch, you release 40,000 seats, tickets. Remember, I say people are never going to go copy that ticket today. Wait until that copy, they will get extra 10,000. All them people are there for kind side. But if the seats don't matter, what will you look game then in Australia? Like you don't know your seats, I know they worry yourself. So they go to half time, though. Why go they miss me seats? Nobody needs to. If I don't go, nobody needs to have me seats. We don't go look game Australia. People like one old family they buy. One will go. Nobody can not go back because of something. Nobody makes it done it. Now you sit today. So the word where the PR will say sitting accommodation will be part of this proposal or plan for the application. We think say they do a wrong project. The project is all wrong, and therefore try for pitch that so we will get sitting accommodation. Then they go help for manage the stadium in longevity. Because if we overuse them, overcrowding all the time, it bring problem. And we don't see like we not living example where people that they watch game and stadium, we don't full up, they claim the floodlights them. Those also say a story or we just want hype or over talk. They claim that they go right top, they say that they sit down there because they want to watch. But if they don't say 40,000 tickets for 40,000 seated stadium, where the 40,000 tickets don't nobody they buy because we can't get space for us to go inside. So I think they need for work on that. And another thing where they listen to that it talks about the other sporting discipline, they specify, but we go left for see that in an indoor form. Let us see that open space basketball, tennis, or handball court again. In fact, handball will not be get court. What if be a pool? German embassy give them 40 million. Let them pave the ground. But Papa don't see pavements. Them pave the ground for brewery.
They do that targets.
When targets can they go build a buffer, people at the dance drink club and ball back with pave the ground and then use that. If it's also the paving come out from here to here, where we say that we need thorough investigation, but we sports system very poor. We know it's a small money, but at that time therefore we do a better work. You know, we indoor sport that is trained. When it comes to volleyball, we're good at beach volleyball because we get nice beaches. We get the facility to play beach volleyball. But when it comes to indoor volleyball, it is fly because now outdoor we dey train for go play indoor games. A lot of we indoor sport and outdoor we dey train, except for table tennis and other sport the way we get small gym the inside stadium. So when they go out, they're not able to perform to expectation because they don't use for train outdoor and for composing within the indoor setting is very difficult. So we want to see a change, and we understand say them being talk say this the the practice field where they not pro where the first they say that they turn it into mini stadium. So at this stadium they not go overuse them. So we look up to all anything and they for see them come into reality, not so for talk no more. Let them come into reality. Petros, waiting at some of the other team them again where we gather and how you think say that will come into reality before we move on to COFA story.
Yeah, another thing we I feel say Mr. Gboyah, when at the pair will be made mention of that, like the track. We I feel say that one it will be a very, very big and massive one for the one that we the one athletic, First time doing the old days we dey see say how the will dictate who that come first down in any competition where they take part. They look to the chest or to the rope where then they go, how
The breeze.
you land last, how you land first, and they go and determine say
Yeah,
yes, you like this competition. Yeah. But now they put them in a technology form. And let now una two meet up safe. That way foot first land, the technology don't already dictate and say yes, this particular person make up for. So that's why they go for be very, very, very smoothly and that's not good for the day at all. Like for first the way people in two brackets, when they first send chest, they watch it, they say yes, this tank for. So there is a lot of mix up first time. But now, as Mr. Gboyah mentioned, say the track it will be a technology form. If you say yes, that one it will be a massive one for the Athletic Association and they don't really pull in Papa like that for the things that come first and that can second as well. The next of Michael Dopeii aim for it at least the dictates that come first. It don't really they left in opponents again. So easy for dictates yes in nine come first also.
no, still in
So
the
as we
machine,
say
still in the
from
machine.
the sitter, I feel say yes, I will assure the viewers out there say there will be a sitter in each and every stand, as Emmanuel already mentioned. Yeah, first time we see say some man get away way a kisudom way, really nice as well. Some man kisudom one cack foot, people like hey look we don't mass place, look we don't do this, but all in saying they we get for copy from the Southern Arena we near we Magias mentioned about the stadium out there in Australia. And the same thing they happen at the Southern Arena. Southern Arena, we don't buy tickets. They don't already give the number where you go Salone at the seat. So if you watch to the seats, because some man get a Salone and black man style, you go jump, we know the pay. And if you not get tickets, then go watch that city, they will walk you off the stadium. So that's so Southern Arena and they implement their own way as well. And one thing back way, I feel say all everybody for put into the consideration that the maintenance way I feel say get for go a long ways. This thing would happen into effectively how maintenance we get for before all this stadium. If we know watch we serve for this particular stadium, they go ban we in another year's time because Saloma gets Saloma take, So if we watch we serve, see how best we will protect the stadium well, obviously we will enjoy them for a very, very, very long time. But if we not watch we serve, we not maintain with the stadium to a proper active, I feel say that one again for be a big issue as well.
All
So
right.
so far so good. They don't try tremendously for self this will come to effective in terms of the hostel where I feel say yes, we'll get so many foreigners and investors we will lodge for watch the particular sporting events being football and boxing and athletics and all. So far so good, they
All
don't go
right.
into effective and we will see a good massive one from the Chinese government and from the Sierra Leoneans and way they work for let's see the stadium coming to proper action as well.
All right. Okay, we mentioned maintenance culture where then they will pop and yeah, but
Yeah.
Dopeii, I see where first goes to be they mention the facility for the track where they go able for for time for giving that proper timing when I finish. We don't know stadium where sport they be where second for that first. Especially we get them tough, yeah, you get them tough trials them for go Olympic or Commonwealth Games. Now about that papa.
Yeah, how this come
Now
back and forth?
what me and time tell me, now what me and time tell me, but another possibility. The breeze now put her before. Yeah,
I mean, look, it's a good indication because, like, I think obviously everybody knows the Salone are constantly play catch up to the rest of Africa, let alone the rest of the world. More not even touch the world, more touch the West African nation. Get the likes of other African countries the way they don't, get that electronic timing. Nah, Africa way very vital in terms of track and field. It puts you in the IWF category. It gives you a time. It gives you a marking as an individual. It gives you targets. Say, okay, I want to break this time. And obviously, as the rest of the world, they put you into the IWF pool. So you get your ranking as an athlete. You say, okay, this now your ranking where you don't receive. So yeah, it's gonna be very good for you to get that time in terms of like carpet was talk then close against the even we can able to invite other country there for can do some international meets in Africa and Salone because we don't get international standard timing. So there's a lot that it's gonna do a lot for the sport of track and field for this timing gets because like if you look at an even the little athletics where they happen the small picking the way they run, then back get like they get a timing gets where they do use for me to track the timing from all that stuff. So me, I just already stadium done because I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like on the inside, and I can't wait to see what the facility because I don't tell everybody I go police feel go broke me. I go now it's gone past me. So I didn't run that. Police feel make me Achilles the one broke. I go, I come back, I say, well, before I run a salary again, I wait for the stadium. So that's my hope and pray that next time I get for competes, I mean beloved motherland, the stadium will be available,
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Maggie.
yeah. You want to come in, Emmanuel?
Yeah, Maggie. Before we wrap up on this topic, I want to also look at this stadium. That if we take a look at we country Sierra Leone, we don't get any function center. And we've also realized that the national stadium has also been serving not only for sport but also as a function center.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the politicians they want for the rally, this is where they go to.
The
When
crusades.
the churches they want for do crusade, like nationally, this is where they want to.
Yeah.
The Ramadan fasting.
The Ramadan, people when they come out Hajj, this is where they run to. So
The
if we
launching.
not try for work on that capacity, the Magdalene, trust me, the maintenance get for go through constraint. Because even when they don't rehabilitate us, so the Chinese then will get a time frame. It go there in the contract that okay, we will be in charge of maintenance in the stadium maybe for 6 or 8 months. After which the Sierra Leone government they take up. So when they are gone, will we be able to finance the material, the cost for uptake and the maintenance of this stadium? Because remember, this was what affected this stadium. When the Chinese, after Pakaba, doing Pakaba in time, the stadium went through like rehabilitation again.
In
So that was
2000
when I think they changed it from Shaka Stevens Stadium
national.
to the National Stadium. You see? And after the Chinese may get a time frame when they maintenance the stadium for. The time done and the left and get the Sierra Leone government. Which happen now we not be able to put up to the tax for the maintenance which stadium depreciates. So indeed we need for take that into consideration. And also one key to important back that we're not in that stadium will get blackouts. So if we bring out photostatic timing into the system,
and
I
then the
beg therefore take
floodlights.
into consideration the electricity side. Because
Yeah.
let no people know they run for complete the race now, lights go.
Indoor sport. They play indoor sport and
Normally,
it's lights go.
so we
Lights go.
something like can be
Put lights go. Fast go that generator.
Yeah.
Then me and the people that me want to talk to now, they will go look game. You go for go use that toilet. Go put that at the toilet.
Yeah.
If you go to a stadium where big game day, Dopeii, the smell, will like we
Yes.
I don't go there with one, and I think
you see poo, even
I
poo.
just
Sometimes people they poo on the floor. It's
literally
very,
walk past
very,
the peaceful
it is
and
so
peace.
nice
All go
to
back
watch.
inside.
Yes.
The smell. I think that
And
maybe they go.
even they will watch internationally, sporting event and will watch internationally, we get more crowd than that. They manage
Yeah.
well. Like
Definitely.
the FIFA World Cup we done in Australia, where I work there. This World
Yeah.
Cup where Spain win.
Exactly.
You don't see
Yeah.
something like that at the toilets. It gets
You see
over
line people that are in line and they wait
80,
one by one.
80,000 people coming for watch, but the toilet
Yeah.
they all clean. Where you go wet, you don't feel bad. But in
Yeah,
Wales
that's the
Stadium,
mentality. Yeah.
people get what change. You go inside toilet for use them well and commodity because think about the next man we get for car.
Yeah.
It's so wrong and bad. And again, the culture of destroying. Now, so it be. We don't understand how there's Salone, there's a camp for stadium. Also, I can't pop well because
Oh,
those
so
two not
simple.
come to time. Now, Salone has them well.
Yeah.
We don't stadium, Salone, they don't put stadium because of Drayako and Black Leo.
Black Leo, yeah.
So we the people themselves we get our own problem. If they make look at now $40 million, they say they put for the stadium. Where we not sure it even if sit there for the sitting accommodation. And so maybe they say for that $40 million, they in fact the whole stadium for get covered. I know how they standard stadium.
Yeah.
You know,
I will come
but
for Bella,
if they make we continue for the poor, then now we say what they do. If the stadium not been poor, it been get good, all look good. That 40 million day, we were expecting the government will put it all aside. But now they put
If a big new
or
stadium.
they put a new stadium.
Yeah.
Now Eastern or other province, now the part of the country, people got to change their mindset. You know, they go dirty the stadium. Can go rubber inside. We get loan now. Where that World Cup we dey play, where we put love from the gate there, so nobody make out water rubber. Now wait man come to you, nobody. From outside, all them to take rubber away couch. You need a couch inside. You drop an the bin. You need a couch inside. You need to drink beer inside the stadium within a bottle. Where you go inside,
and
you want
that-
to say a put her.
Yeah, that's why the same to South Africa. South
Yeah,
Africa are the same method. You make a bottle stopper inside the stadium. You know.
yeah. We don't say
Go back.
we say stand every man and he take chromite day.
I know.
Also, we dey be. You didn't even take a smoke. You don't take a smoke inside the belly.
The scoreboard, under the scoreboard.
Because all they encourage dirty in the stadium. And I know that people do.
29.
If they here we go get a standard restaurant instead of everybody they can put market, everybody game go they play this sport in the party. We know some people want to make money, but it's disturbing as well.
Yeah.
Where game done at some part there now, yeah, people have time, they go make line at the small restaurant they buy.
And go buy
they
food
eat.
they eat.
At the end of the day, the cleaner then they get more pressure for clean because already the job done outside by the workers. Imagine over 80,000 people watch England Australia game in the semis. If all man be couch water bottle inside, be a pint, this the kind cleaning way
we will clean yesterday. Right at 2024.
Yeah. They put a clean 10 out.
They clean.
10 out. They put a clean.
So we get for watch after we serve. In as much as we want the people where they before for do the work, but the property where they make for we, it's ours now for protect them as well. You know, now for protect them. They where to get them big shows. It's not bad to put your stage, but you have to look at how damaging that can be to the track. So how them do that? Yeah, they left some cement space there where they can put their stage on top. When they affect the track, neither the grass. Because even the stadium then they can use them at times for other events. Taylor Swift, he shown an Accor Stadium in Dua. And Accor Stadium now one of the major stadiums in Australia. The Olympic Park, they host some of the shows them day back as well. Over 100,000 people witnessed that show. But at the end of the day, they don't report saying nothing well. People go watch the show and return home. But if I came Papa no come, the next day, it's not like the Holy Bro. Now, stadium on the organizer, they want to forget to return that money. But at the stadium, that the poor way that we do. It's so wrong. It's so wrong.
And deprive the rest of the people.
Yeah. And me, I'm glad for the athletics time. I'm glad for the athletics time. If they will be put at the ball, let the lights day. We'll be understand. Say they
will buy generator. We the athletics union. We will get there. The tell you boxing day World Championship. We buy the fuel for standby.
Dopeii once you type fuel, lost you know no side go.
You know you don't get me to do 60. They are light odds. They say continue after. So they buy.
And back to the stadium hostels. The stadium hostel, the last one. Say a lot of people they live in that place.
Anybody see an malaria fix? The tell gonna boo. Anybody come.
Mosquito was top notch. Like the mosquito, they don't go different. They get
5 injection.
So we don't now that they don't have the setup. Where the people just don't fear. Then people like you say, me I play what like that, forget room they know, not to say for me, not to use.
And if first of all, making people that live inside is it's not a facility. Not to Bahamas Island where they go do vacation. Say they're not to vacation. Nobody is supposed for live there. Caretaker the year they go come and do their job, then go or then build for the a corner where the far or inside the facility, but they get a separate barracks or quarters. But not to like facility where they inside the stadium that they live inside it. And then I they make all the things that they deteriorate. Because then by they go and make 1-2 program, you give them money. Somebody go book through there, say, hey, so I not get better, this I get all then back, then can't do their own program. So online and I
Emmanuel
think cause chaos.
we not get any entertainment center with big. We know like the entertainment arena, like we go talk about O2 Arena in England. You go talk about other places here.
Wait, I will get backlist, yeah. That Kudos Bank
You know,
Arena.
a lot of places them there where you go do shows, you go do your crusade or whatever. In Sierra Leone, not there. So what
I see
people they
Blue
do?
get big space.
That is small. Now the stadium then they use when it come to crusade, now they do it. It come to Ramadan ending of fast prayer, now they do it. It come to political rally, now they
Yeah.
now they do it. The Easter Expo, like the other one, now they do it. So the stadium then they jiggy jagger too much. Jiggy jagger. So
Stadium they talking for no vex. You might go through
Another
it. You
gift
might
again,
go
Magdalene.
might
You
go
know,
through a lot.
Petros make mention of one key area where for the physically challenged, where they try to create a space for them.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you observe all the toilets then the way we stadium in the it was not accessible for those that are physically challenged. Even the toilets the way we been get cannot be accessible for those that are physically challenged. I hope so like this particular rehabilitation will take that into consideration that they will create a toilet facility for able bodies that they will be able to go and access them easily when the time is needed because that's very important nowadays and especially like even the stands the Maggie by right they're supposed to get a route where they're able to access the stands there for people.
Definitely.
They're
Definitely. They're
supposed
not even supposed to be upset. Yeah, there's a
yeah
section they have to build
yeah
for them. Let them build their own
where
section.
they
That would
need
be
for make
easier.
for them where they for because
Yeah.
that's what is required now
they don't
by
fail,
standard.
they don't do now.
Huh?
As soon as I don't feel, they don't do.
Don't get them a cook.
But
They don't
but
be
I think this
starting.
this my rehabilitation. Me, I been expect for see some of them things in the rehabilitation. You
I
know,
don't
but
talk Abu.
it's okay.
Man, you version of
yeah,
AI and this is your version are two different things. Imagine my
yeah.
Yeah, so we dey wait for see the $40 million rehabilitation
oh,
stadium.
me they wait for make me debut inside the stadium. So we only wait. We'll see.
That would be awesome. And they put them on the lights not by the Dopeii.
I don't tell us I don't open the stadium for them. But if light out now the 60 minutes, I would wait, would they pause, wait, camera will continue.
There's a extra long court stadium light because
Yeah.
and that's it. What about the staff them also where they work, the way they can go 6-8 months at one time, 1 year, 6 months, they don't pay them. You know, it's so sad at
So
times.
terrible. So sad. Yeah.
They give me protest.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Even to the one that represents the work, the stadium, where that's all of the Leone's workers, and they even they complain about the salary, where I feel say that they a very very vital and paramount as well. Because if you want the stadium done, they go for the watch to the workers, they need food for that. They urge them the integrity for service will bring the work into more effective. Even most of them they cry down with their salary issue. Most of them seriously as a journalist for that this way advocate for them for the salary say like they know they pay them to time and the money way they pay them the officer like enough as well way I feel say the student management the government for taking into consideration for a self-based will increase this kind of because then thing that way they happen Magdalene as well just digest them now Asian they don't really build so for that this we do a man labor in business as well so the people and they go for the watch to the need and stuff.
What do you mean, man? They don't get tractor, they don't get the other thing there where they use it.
Yeah, then they but policy person dig a hole, you know the students say again for put the electricity system like the generator, the big planting machine generator, that's Sierra they dig the site. I even watched the site where they dig, it's about the 10 to 20. So all I'm saying the ancient days, the old days. So if they put all that kind of effort in they have to say when it comes to salary, if we attend to them first. But for
Now,
slow down
ancient of
the
this,
salary, time, we say really bad.
ancient of this stadium. But I see some difference there, Emmanuel. I don't know if now the toilet them on our offices because according to what they say part of the plan, instead of the say initially the office then door is turned inside. So
Yeah.
when game they say if you don't start a game, most of the offices people not able for access because they normally other people they use the route for go wipe the game. So I don't know if them doors there what they see so. Now the office that they don't turn na door, or these are part of the toilet or restaurants the way it looks like that. Petros, you any clue towards that?
Yeah, one thing we have to say when I made mention of the restaurant facility, we have to say a very vital and paramount. During the days away with the match game last studio, we the market and the pass with the business away they say, some man can concentrate for the game because if they score by a team or a team score, we will see the highlights. So if we market can pass, it can block you. They know watch. It very annoying. So you see. So all I'm saying if they make something like a restaurant where have time, people they can go out and buy. I think say that one good as well. But specifically, they don't name the thing the way at least they build. They just say no more way the stadium come into go effectively. You will know what's in the Chinese government and the Sierra Leone back and the CRGC don't do for Salone. This stadium will be in a proper and a good form. As it stands now, they don't name anything. They just put side for the hostel. Everything where they in place, go they in place. We don't miss nothing. The toilet facility go they in place. The hostel go they in place for guests, foreigners them, and from some office them, for the stakeholders them, for Salone them back, go they in a good form. And last week we see they renovate the Bishop House. They change all the panel at the Bishop House where the Ministry of Sports, the minister, the timer in office, where I say that's back the part of the renovation. As well. But as it stands now, they don't name everything. They just say no more where everything done. They will see it people what way they don't do.
All right. Okay. I think the swimming pool also go be part of but then it will be another. Yeah. All right. Emmanuel, you get anything for add to this again before we move on to another topic?
No, Magia, I want to reserve my suggestions there.
Because I think we will visit this stadium back
Yeah.
10 months from now, according to Solomon, said they get about more 10 months for sure waiting and done. Not for sure them go done within that time, but for sure how the stadium will look like. All right, we continue with the show. And one thing again, we need a better pitch. A better pitch. We don't see old boys like this, especially if when they can and they play at that stadium day. Yeah. And most okay lost game now by the pitch in the end, but we know the level.
Yeah, we don't get so many people and we don't use concern about the pitch area, the pitch aspects we I feel say I want clear to review them out there, So man be the same and get artificial turf. This Olympic stadium, the match to CAF and FIFA rules and regulation if we get artificial turf. So we see the governments don't do, the Chinese government as well, they don't already bring the seed where they plant. Forget the same natural grass back for it grow, and that's it grow faster. For it grow and Salbes will get good pitch for player. So no will see no any artificial turf that kind of Olympic stadium because no match to the CAF and FIFA rules and regulation. So instead of that, we'll count the seed where they will plant freshly for Salbes will get good pitch for player.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's it. We know we see synthetic and natural grass, and that's now the standard for Olympic stadium.
You know the bounce. I did to a javelin. Or discount.
Yeah, they discuss a lot because they don't discuss javelin and short puts and even they use the
Hammer.
and the hammer.
I jump, yeah.
So now that we get for about the stadium, we will come back and monitor what they going and bring information to. Now we move to COFA, the biggest inter-community football competition set for climax, but one more game to go in the semis with Minion Community Kisi set for play Central Community today. I will pose the first question to you, Petros. We see Kutowod, we don't qualify to the final. First of all, tell me how this will look like for the fans of Kutowod and what it mean for them as a team, because I think they are the defending champions as well.
Yeah, for the KTR guys, that also say they really prepare. We see say then the defending champion. You know, last year they came with proper way and the community, and this year again that they unveiling the way they do. The management promise the people of the Kuturu community say this cup back it will come back to back at the community, and waiting next week so that in really see this particular tournament will take place. And when we watch to the kind of squad we Kuturu get, you know, they tell you say yes, they deserve to take this cup home back because bringing you the likes of the Musano Kamara we lead up to expectation for them against the Fude community, you know, playing against the Sadi Fofana with plenty fun with Kucha, the Mamu Fofana, the goalkeeping side and Francis Totos Kuma, where they play for the four strikers. You know, they get a lot of players that we expose in terms of playing local football and the country, you know. And also if you any other team up there, but this Kuturu team we made it so presently, I feel they could be the Ivory Coast of the AFCON as they now be defending champion and COFA. They don't come back for Southwest, they will defend their title this time around. You see them play against the Fudu community, they defeat Fudu community by 2-0. We appreciate that particular encounter and one of the best match so far. We for me don't play, you know. It's not you about playing in the pitch, but outside the pitch, the spectators them. You see everybody accepts no defeat, you know. For the community, I just want applaud to the spectators them for at least they accept the defeat, they go home back joyfully. And some of them will celebrate, you know. Now this one for see that football, you know, compared to the previous match we could play against the Kube, you know, Lora one at Derby, but we see the kind of tension with that machine it creates as well. So today we will see the KC community go play the host nation in the Central community. And I feel the Central community this is the first time in the history for each this stage. You know, me nowadays fortunate for watch them particular encounter the way they play. Of course, KCS I don't watch them. But for the side known as the Central, I know one day watch way they play match, but for at least them being into this particular stage, I feel say that one a big one for them. And I'm not going to rule out the side known as the Central as me don't watch Kisi that is strong opponent, but Central as well, like players the way they used to that particular. I'm feeling, you know, like the M2 playing for the Future City Football Club, you know, the KD was a player for the Central and Parade as well. You know, all of these players they're exposed when it comes to the COFA Inter-Area. So far so good. One team don't book their tickets for go into the final next week, Saturday, 9 of March 2024. And today we'll see another two communities. Then we also want to book their tickets for go to the finals as well.
All right, I will come to Emmanuel and Dopeii for let we look into that. But all this KTR and Coach B say after the match.
You don't be the coach if okay, what put that the COFA Inter-Area back-to-back final. What did this mean for you?
It's a great opportunity. I want to say thanks to Papa God because it made the opportunity for me for come back to the final. And I want to say the community, the support, the manager, the chairman, the little man is supporting the community. A show to the team. We don't take the team back to the final.
Okay, first half the game be 0-0. What's the message when you pass to the boys for camp to convert the game to 2-0?
We play for they still get a big player like we, but we watch the system. They play 3-5-2, so everything is about defending. So we'll go from the recess. I tell them say, let we get body towards the box, and we don't get body, we get goal. We score 2 goals. So that don't tell you say from the recess, the better message will reach to the players there.
So what do you expect at the final for this wonderful tournament?
Kuturu a great community. The good thing I want to say, from the beginning of the competition, we just lost a single match to Bambaraton. Everybody say Kuturu no will go final. So we don't reach final. So the signal what they send for tell the next person we go meet we because we first don't go final. We dey wait for any other person. Say Kuturu, the determination will come for now back to back for take the go to the community.
So finally, what's going to be message to the players and expectation of support?
I want to say thanks to the players them. Their contribution, they be the great support to me on life back because for play 9 game per tournament, they will go to final, we lost single match. I want to congratulate them for their support and the management, the chairman, everybody in the community back for their support. Now the supporters them, and then they support the community. If you watch, list Bobo go buy vest. That not say in Lekki community. So I want to tell them thank you for the support towards the community. Thank you very much.
All right, that's now the coach for Kuton Road being the talk to the Max Cabin Sport team. Well, today we will also there now the parade ground for witness the match, and after that we will bring you information about who that win. But we try for work on something. Probably we will show the finals when the final will play. I'm now come to Emmanuel. The passion for community football, I know say you come from that end where we have been very much close to the Grey Bush tournament, the St. Thomas playing field. I mean, like when John they reports the match there, they know they get a British accent. We come from the Kisi side, the Mile and Field Arena, the Atuga Mini Stadium, and Fobe football tournament be very much common to we. And later when we begin working at Central Park, we become accustomed to Central tournament, one of the biggest inter-area football competition. And when you go now west, you get the is it Malamatonia's football organization also, where they mark you organize the Lumley and or what thing you think about the passion that they celebrate, beating another big community for reaching the finals, waiting this mean for the KTR people?
I think first and foremost, I want to congratulate both the Kobe and the Kutarod people. And we all know the impact where community football gets in that country. I remember years back for about 4 years with the National League of the play. The community football, that means town tall. This na also we brothers and be able to maintain and shape, especially those that were home based, where they be able to maintain and shape and they should showcase their talent. And we see that the inter-area don't become so historic, Magdalene, especially the COFA one. You know, there's one thing about me when I can always go into inter-area. It's something that is historic. When I watch parade, it's not about only we going there to. It brings me some childhood memory, especially that area don't see where I see. You know, I remember the days I live a bit up na Ekimori. Where we the one that we come up Ekimori, the go down na parade for go play. Where we the return na host. We the come red one. Who they play na academy that red don't see. You know, these are some of the historic I think when we the see, you know, the memories that it creates back. You know, and the thing where inter-area don't do, Magdalene, I think it sent a wake-up call to the national leaders in sports. Because I remember when Aisha Johansen was struggling with her executives and other stakeholders, the COFA management and the people of the Mile and Field, alongside Babadori normally, they stand tall and bring an effective community football. And they like today is still a continue. So we want to see with leaders then for come down and can learn from them community leaders there so with national leaders for can learn. Waiting don't bring this type of succession here so. Maggie, I remember then telling the way then 4 years away with National League stuff. You see Mountain City be rise up. When Mountain City be the other mountain court area, the lines of them start again at the door, all them big players and I did them in the play. They kind of win the COFA, they create major upsets. Later, you see them put forward, them Bambratom, they all grab back again. So you know what? We need for bounce back into the inter-area. You see, there was one time where the people from magazine court, magazine said begin send team. You know, so all this begin make the community then get inclusive into football. They like today if you observe, it make it very easy now for make we National Premier League get in flavor because why? Football not be lost in momentum totally in the nation. The inter-community help the vitality of football for continue. And you see people love more Magdalene the community teams nowadays. And big kudos to COFA for waiting and they do. Together you see that they do a lot of sensitization against violence in sports. Look, as we brother mentioned, Kutowo play against Fobe. Fobe of all play Kutowo. Let's not take place. They accept the loss, then go back by their place. And Fobe they're very close to parade. You see, for me, they accept the laws and go back. It shows that indeed we don't bring some amount of decency in sport, that no violence in sport. We don't see the message that we the preacher in the community. It was unfortunate that they see the incident between Kutowu and that of Bay. But that's it always care. I remember then this will be all they watch them. You go see Kutowu then they stone down Bay. When Bay they then say they come Kutowu, they come to it well today. They see them fracas and them in the happen. It was ugly, but this was how we community we they get a vibe. Before they wanna feel a lot of things will happen side corner. You see, so for me, it's a big kudos for the organizers there of COFA of waiting and do so. And trust me, Maggie, this they help with football nationally. It help them because the momentum that the nation and not go die for football.
All right, momentum not go die. I will come to Dopeii, and then we take that quick. Then we take 2 months of bye bye Dopeii. What's in you take Dopeii? This either I can't remember man or this is a free talk.
I don't lie. I don't get much knowledge, obviously. I think for me, just looking at the communities come together, and I just enjoy the atmosphere. The community they come together. Like I reminded they sing when I would put a the guy. Everyone involved. That's joy. You can tell that in Sierra Leone we find joy out of anything, and football for us, football for us.
I will pull them for the final. I don't
this is something I love to experience. As until I experience it, as a person, it's different. For me, I don't get much knowledge. Obviously, I know we can't say I get much knowledge about the community football, but it looked like, say, personally, from what I see, it looked like, say, like the community league. There's a lot of backing in there than the Rock Premier League. There's a lot of structure in there than the Rock Premier League. But I think, say, whatever they go in the community league, when them call and sit and all and say, "Paddy man, tell what they do." Although yes,
but I think we didn't miss out that because most of the teams that are free to never represent communities in the Premier League. Like for instance, they get Eastern behind them, Blackpool get the West, but Blackpool said that Western support don't divide because FC Salone get
FC Salone, yeah.
Exactly.
And you get Edwards. You get Eastern then still maintain Eastern, even though you get Port Authority, you get other teams then. And when you think about the other clubs there now, that kind of community base knowledge behind them. And community football in the old world, even inside the old district right now, the teams they would get there are the communities, the councils, all that places. So they get the community backing. So that they miss out. If you go to the provinces, they see Kelema game, they're always full of Wickham Eagles they play. You see both get crowd behind them who soon start because those teams in the Premier League they represent the district.
Exactly.
So the people always get behind. So in free time, that makes you get teams that they play. If you can't pan no more, they make pass 2 million pound get taken because they don't get the fan base. It's a fact.
Where they make the community football like the Capital One Cup there, where they make
people have been pushing for that, for let them try for match some of those things. But everybody want for their team, so that's the problem. I would like for see Mountain City for into the Premier League. It go be more lively. Kutowo into the Premier League. Kingdom community into the Premier League. Aberdeen community, Kisi into the Premier League. But
What
he
are
says
you?
one time,
Yeah.
That is same player that they use, but isn't that the same thing? That's what the same
yeah, it's the
player.
same players from different clubs. At one time, they banned the players, but they let it happen because the vibe. Like what we talk together, we need to support the Fed too. We not like the Fed, but you know where the Fed king reach, they see
Yeah.
we had two
Yeah.
communities a tournament where the amount is full at all. Now the same
Full
area.
of yes.
They are they down, so then they up. So just people banks down. This then they
Yeah.
punch bowl banks down. So now same people them uncle they banks down until in papa and picking and they punch bowl. But because of them and the effects, there is no
Mm-hmm.
family. Where they divide and the mocks. There's a
The
big
mock,
mock.
yeah.
Then the effects. Get the likes of Bambrata. So it's
Yeah.
always happening like that. It's always you get a more in Leicester Road, all
That's
those communities.
yeah.
It's lovely to see. It's lovely to see. We like for see this kind instead of them stone and fed, broke people motoka, but this kind dance going on, bringing out
Yeah,
the
it's
vibe.
good. I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
yeah.
And we'll play it needs money different side them anyway. Now,
To ballistic.
The man powerful, Tombo. Powerful.
and Julie Tombo that put all them it
I could so good. I fix.
He explained he explained it quietly
So
explained.
tough man.
Now big man. In name a brand. Two people don't use the name. Then win a whole reality
Brand
TV
show.
show.
Yeah.
It was Julie Tombo first, and the second
Our
person was our Tombo.
Yeah.
It's the Tombo name. The name is a brand. If you can brand them, man,
Yeah.
gonna make
Oh, yeah, I can't change my name to Dopeii Tombo. You
it.
gotta join the brand. You gotta join the brand. Dopeii Tombo. I mean,
We don't go on to a relationship now, but we keep on that.
I know. Yeah, yes.
Bagina talk so.
Yeah, whatever. You call me Dopeii Tombo.
Yeah, we do online.
Yeah, not keep on that. But the name someone like brand, it don't prove like just two people them go ahead and win the reality TV show with just the name. Although they get their own fans the way they build up, but it is what it is. All right, we want to one now, but let me talk quick about the International Women's Day female tournament we get for play, and we see I think RMK they organize them or SLF.
I'm keen partner of the SLFA.
Yeah, with the SLFA. So now they organize this one, and it's very good that they carry short competition for the girls. They will just see within the tournament they talk about is Women's Day Cup 2024 kickoff from first. So the competition actually they kick off today. Now Kenem have playing. So the teams they already take part: Sierra Leone senior female team, Sierra Leone under 17 female team, Liberia under 17, and Liberia under 20. Guys, what do you think about this tournament? What benefits will it bring to, what benefits will it bring to the female football in Sierra Leone?
Now they ask whether they play Salone senior team because Liberia don't go senior team.
Well,
yeah, that's true. Liberia go to one senior team and one junior team. Why Sierra Leone one senior and one junior? I don't know why we would like for choose Liberia. I don't know.
What about
because they're not a fan
they see Liberia.
Yeah. So it's Ramkey selected female tournament and squad list for the under 17. Already they out. You get 3 goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, and the forwards, and then you get the squad list for the female national team. Where then they in this list here. So we not going to say much about this tournament except if Petros one for say something to Emmanuel, and then we'll move on to international sports before we say bye-bye. Anybody got something to say with regards to this? Because we actually not get much.
It's a good initiative. Now I'm gonna go say obviously with the focus on the men's football in the country, and obviously I bread and butter, Salone men's football and the main monarchy in the country, but for the ladies and the girls opportunity, so many back showcase their talent because we also get the Women's Rock Premier League where they go on, And from that women's Premier League where they go, and able to select a few of the girls and ladies from when they go represent the country. So now they will pick the crumbs, and they will pick the top talents in terms of big international like women's, African Women's Cup, therefore come up, Women's World Cup just done, and maybe we'll begin the qualification soon. So this is a good trade for the girls and the women to test themselves to prepare for those big tournaments ahead. So for me, it's a great initiative, and it's hosted in Kenema. I think Kenema back get very nice football field. So that'll give them that insight and that excitement to play football.
All right. Okay. All right, guys. We will round up on this one, and now to international. Dopeii the first follow with balance, but we see
There's for easy, Maggie.
As complicated will be today, boxer gladly.
Now Olpa score goal.
Now pass goal to score goal. I didn't like to talk. Picking them going on, man. Our partner score goal. Well, I don't tell them I stay from now to next steady season done. I Salone. I know what it supports. Chelsea, I don't break. I don't break. I don't leave. Effective immediately.
Okay, Emmanuel, you analyze the game for me because Dopeii don't disqualify.
No, I analyze this particular game. I didn't analyze that. Emmanuel, you take over. If I'm not even doing ourselves. Give now.
Me, one of the key to I can always say, I can write on some few groups that Klopp, for me, is a tactician. Is one of the brains in football where me get high respect for. And if you look at the way they do football, it's giving young talent a space and a spot in football.
Yeah.
Look the way it transformed Alexander Arnold to a world-class player today. It's a Jota. Look the way it transformed Jota to a world-class player now. Mo Salah, these are some of the things we look out for when we want to classify a very good coach. We only talk about this way he used against Chelsea. But look at him, he also used a 16-year-old of Zimbabwe for playing this FA Cup. An African way introduced. So for me, Chelsea with all the billions we them spend, but yet still the connection, not still it, not be built it inside this team. Because it's a process, Maggie. The way they overhaul Chelsea, it was too drastic. It was too drastic, You couldn't.
Dopeii, Emmanuel, give me a wake up now for start.
Emmanuel, like I sabi analyze the problem, Andy.
We get a great work for do. Now, when we not say the Lord EAB, we left quick commodity.
Tell you, I bet I don't follow on one go tower.
We commodity quick. But the one that they still now they get billion team. We don't look at them now, but this load they EAB for them.
Like to go to the team. Now the people that they're on top, they need for go.
Well, they are I think
I'm on for 10 years. I don't get time for go now. Forget this body look like say they can't sign. You never see player supporter they put request for change club.
Supporter don't get transfer.
Have you seen the money you stipend that they give you for go Olympic? Now you are take by.
Another I use as the transfer bonus.
Actually, you pay better.
Magdalene Konneh don't left now. Dopeii, Salone Padiem regulation, not ever all water.
What the Pokemon, I'm go start. Say, it's also to God. Now, it's not official nigga pass athletes, both sides.
They never change. Official before the money on carry, don't shave. So I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
that.
they tell you.
I don't shave that money before the money they reach. The shape price fix don't go. Everybody don't get your
Okay,
cut. So
but
like,
then they watch the athletes they boss, the athletes that they saw, and then they buy inside play. I don't travel to what some
yeah,
officials.
nah, they can't
Go buy
complain that they
play
get.
inside place.
Look, boy, under the empty bowl stadium there. Can't come in. Anyway, Salone God
Okay.
country. I can
Yeah.
always
Now,
talk as God country.
now the weapon we got the weapon where they fashion and salon. That the weapon we got fashion.
The way them Billy, yeah, the way them Billy Salomon,
The
the way them Billy Salomon. Nigeria, they get facility. They 100%.
No, Dopeii, not take we talk. Not take we out of this Chelsea talk. Emmanuel finish.
Oh, forget.
I know you sure,
Maggie, Dopeii, like very intelligent sportsman.
I tell you guys,
On that basis there, now my brother, Maggie, I will reserve my opinion.
Emmanuel, see problem.
God
But
bless you.
Emmanuel, but una not safe na Champions League. Hey, Petros, Emmanuel, they're not safe. They don't
They're
go
not
to
safe
them.
at all. They're not safe.
Also, don't go be there. Why not? You know.
No, Maggie, it's a one away goal. The key thing with me for me scared, if not two, we for me concede. But with one, it opens the game. There's every tendency that in 20 minutes, if we will score one against Porto, there's every tendency that Arsenal will qualify. The
All right.
energy and momentum where Arsenal used against Newcastle,
Hey, Petros, I need to see you, sir. And let's go, Jishno, and let's go. Use that.
ATSA.
But I said, Mr. Chelsea, congratulations.
Madam.
Hey God. Okay, you can make a bad myself at show.
All right. Okay, quick while I'll go through the leagues there where they play this weekend. Inside the Premier League, Dopeii like team there for us. Yesterday they play Brentford. Chelsea, Brentford.
I need to game for no team. I just see.
Go play against West Ham. Fulham go host Brighton. Newcastle go host Wolverhampton Wanderers. Nottingham Forest go host Liverpool. Tottenham Hotspur go host Crystal Palace. Luton Town go host Villa. That for the game they play Saturday. And inside La Liga, Sevilla go host Real Sociedad. Rayo Vallecano go host Cadiz. Getafe go host Las Palmas. Valencia go host Real Madrid na Serie A. Udinese go host Salernitana. Monza go host Roma. Torino go host Fiorentina, and Verona go host Sassuolo. So in Bundesliga, Bochum go host Leipzig. Darmstadt go host Augsburg, and so on and so forth. Union Berlin go host Borussia Dortmund, Wolfsburg go host Stuttgart. And for other matches, they will play at the weekend. Burnley go host Bournemouth, and Manchester City go host Manchester United. It's the Manchester derby.
The
And
great Manchester United.
yeah, we go try, but always. All right, then Barcelona Atletico Club, Mallorca, Girona, Real Betis, Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, Canada will play in the La Liga matches. That's all for the weekend. No matches today.
Wait, the A-League. You forget A-League.
I can forget A-League because we don't play at the day.
We can forget the Sydney derby.
Oh yeah, Western Sydney one guy play Sydney. It's a double derby though, a double derby.
Yeah, it's a double header. Yeah.
Emmanuel don't want to win.
No, me, I don't wonder as now. You know, say now we the Western Sydney. So now we did. Maggie, when I be don't let phone go.
Will they beat tuna, Emmanuel? Will they beat tuna?
When I can't play with home, when inside the comeback, you know, I be beat tuna.
And I do back, I be beat tuna.
I'm going to make the jazzy next time. Tell him I make body fit. The jazzy the whole year. Body fit.
Body
So,
thing.
so the just the old you had, for me,
Watch. I think that the material where they use, I've been thinking na loose one. But it's nice. Oh, we will buy more because we win the league this year. This German,
Eh?
this
all right.
kind of people there, we win the league.
No
Okay,
doping.
few people up. We all know say everything they get issues, so they say that they move for protect themselves against some of the financial consequences of relegation by inserting mandatory wage clause into recently negotiated players contract and denying release clause to their most sought after stars. The Champions League playoff final will be put back a week due to a potential clash with the FA Cup final in the latest side of a fixtures list stretch to breaking point. A lot of issues refereeing body are planning to strengthen staffing levels at their Stockley Park VAR up next season by appointing new operation executive to provide support to ref and video assistance. And nothing much with transfer, but here they say Levy Colwill is being lined up for a short move to French giants Paris Saint-Germain. Luis Diaz is in line to be the biggest name exit from Liverpool this summer if they can tie down Mo Salah to a new deal. Manchester United have sent out to watch Torino stars Raul Bellanova, according to reports. Zinedine Zidane will reject the chance to manage Manchester United should he get offered the job, according to reports. Kyla Mbappe mother has allegedly been house hunting in Spain ahead of her son's move to Real Madrid. And the Evening Standard, they report say Arsenal are set to open contract talks with Jorginho with the midfielder in the final few months of his current deal, although there is the option to extend by a further year. The Athletic, they say Dele is keen to remain in the Premier League and make an impression to body spark while Everton are open to handing him a new deal. Dyer has met the contractual obligation required to turn his Bayern Munich loan move into a permanent transfer this summer. So that's it for today. Any reaction towards international stories?
Yeah, Maggie.
Yeah,
I think one big one again, we get to take a look at the Manchester derby, and we want to see waiting to get for happen. Tengan will still get for try for risk the use of Fernandez because you see how he risked him this last game with injuries,
Yeah,
and say according to the safety rule and the EPL, if a player is injured, you're not supposed to force him into a match.
yeah.
But you still decide and force them for play that match day. And presently, investigations are going that if that particular player that was injured, why you risk them. So we
Tenanga.
need for look into some of them
Wow.
safety acts then they on players then because some of these players are under insurance. So at the end of the day, if you go force the player away injured, we think about you dey force the insurance now for pay. Because that time when the system the insurance get for cover your wage. So I think some investigation go for coming in, get for say wetin get for be the outcome, whether Fernandez will be available for the City or the Manchester derby or not. And also we see a really way come out again, for
Mm.
yeah. And likely is going down for 4 years.
Yeah, October, yeah. I
Over.
nearly forgot that news. Oh my God. Manchester fans are
Yeah.
saying that, but it is what it is now. The African brother. It's very sad. At the age where we were enjoying national games in Korea, now we can't get this. So it's almost like the end of in Korea because when you go recover from 4 years out of the game, when you go recover for return back, except if you can't play veteran football now, now Saudi.
And that's good. And the most pathetic part of it, the second sample of incest also show positive.
Wow.
You see, and the quantity, like just how you can see the volume of it show high even in the second sample according to sources. Yeah, because similar incident will happen with is it Gapo? This there was a player from Argentina when they play the World Cup, he's now like 35 years. He been there civil, they moved to Italy. Instead, we get something sabotarin, he been taken. But these are just like testosterone. But some of them multivitamins, the way you mix them, they get one thing in medicine when they can call synergies. You know, most of them, like when they can mix them, it end up for reflect and show the attribute of a particular substance. So some of these synergies they as when they can do 90 results to that product. Sometimes like when you put amoxicillin and Panadol, it get other thing where you go produce for you. Sometimes it go produce proclaim penicillin. But they don't go know say na get for be the end results. Then you can mix them. You just look at and say no. And it's not to proclaim penicillin I take when a banned substance. Now this and this I take for enhance me. Not a problem. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, the end product can show as a banned substance. So I don't, you know, a lot of things because at the same thing like Pogba and Lingard and they argue that they never took this particular substance where they claim see now in the show and they have never cheated. But from the sample, this is what they're showing. So it means that the sports doctors and the like the synergies the way that they do most of the time can result to that because even Mohamed Kalombe don't get a similar issue. There was a time, is it for 8 months they've been banned? Can we even say that particular substance they never taken?
And you're finding out.
We are finding out as well. You see. So there's a lot of things happening, but in key like we can then gonna we know say about way we synergies, the combination who we can do for this boost to end up for give that end product. But still, until the appeal tribunal they can put up the appeal. Likely there are times they can look at the case and drop her maybe for 2 years, or maybe you can do 2 years, 6 months. But it's a start part of it of waiting there happen now with players. Now we have to be very careful that the substances that we use for substantiate with body strength and NIG, maybe we try to make it be clean. If not, anything enhanced with testosterone, then definitely the show positive and you go down.
Yeah. All right, Dopeii, you get anything for say towards that as we round up before I come to Petros?
No, I mean it's like I said, it's a very sad all, you know, I'll just maybe I'll say that it's hard for him to go out for 4 years, come back, and then you won't get the same ability. But me, to be honest, I don't understand the concept of doping in football. But that's a topic for another day. Because like I don't know if it will give you extra ability. I know doping in athletics they make you faster. You go on, you know, world record, but I don't know if doping in football. What advantages do you get for playing 90 minutes? I don't understand. But like I said, it's a topic for another day. But that's all me again for seeing.
Yeah, but they already don't deny because I've followed in socials where it puts say Ingo will explain later.
Yeah, I see I do back the following. It's one of my
such substance. Yeah, never takes such substance but because it's in the legal proceedings now, he want to keep quiet and he will talk after that finish. So it is what it is.
The same thing.
Is injury prone, considering that and now banned for 4 years. When he will get a comeback into the game, imagine since he returned from Manchester to Juve, and I think Pogba don't play reach 10 matches.
9 matches.
They don't
full 90 minutes or all of after.
For substance as well, maybe in Ajax.
Yeah, I think so. I can remember that.
Make a move to Man United. I'm not to be 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
How many managers have we for on fight? Because I don't know.
All right, Petros, as we go there, what's going to be round up message? I don't say that Manchester derby, neither you.
Yeah, Manchester derby, as well as the Paul Pogba, and plus Daniel Alves win back way in that
yeah, of course, Daniel Alves.
Coming to the Manchester United and derby. I want to disseminate this message to Arsenal fans and say, I want
to show you something.
We will come, Selbest will rescue them, yeah. We go try and Selbest will go play real because Manchester United and the Man City working on saying that a tough encounter. So they appeal to the staff and say, it will respect for them. So they are put more pressure on
I
him.
Petros, I know I know now Manchester fans to tenant. According to Petros Katta, Manchester United will play their best to defeat Man City. So, on a
I would say manager Jerome Luseni.
Oh, I don't know what made Jerome balance. Now we don't know. I know, I remember last week now, like this boy when they're going to know about the balance. So we said that and the same thing they support. Like that Lions habits that is
I need to keep noticing that we are in the background.
as you see that Albert we don't want to talk much. I see what article they say him and Wepa for some fashion go all the time when they like
Yeah.
you know, it really start out some top players can because of human business or whatever. At times yes it can happen say the human them frame them, but most times also when somebody don't do or you don't drink rum, know bad argument,
Self control. Yeah.
but we're not going to go much into that. We going on we want sleep now, don't tire. That 2 hours or minutes to we'll come back next Friday and bring you more news. But keep following the page and keep making sport you daily habits. Yourself can be sportsman, just exercise, do walking around and all. You go see Dopeii 25 live. Well, they open the stadium, they open now. That's all. I remember that
How much? You want to give me your experience?
All right, guys. Thanks for your time today. We continue to talk and we deal with you now, and we hope say you want really into sports, go continue for listening. Shout out to Fode Kamara, where we deal with you also if they watch live. Dimitros, Abdul, John, and all the people there. Benteke, Amos.
Benteke, yeah.
Yes. Shout out to everyone. Thank you very much.
All right, then. See you guys next week. Have a blessed weekend.
Thank you, Maggie.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.